So, been a while since I wore one of these shirts, huh? Yeah, between the fact that it's January and cold weather is most likely going to be the norm for the next couple of months, and the fact that I literally woke up and there's about a good inch and a half of snow, possibly 2 inches of snow, figured might as well break out the flannel. Unfortunately, though, the long underwear I wear. Are you kidding me? Well, I suppose that's not the worst thing that happened considering what happened yesterday. Oh, yeah, right. Wait until you guys hear about my low. Wait. There we go. Okay. So anyway, wait till you guys get a load of what my low is. Okay, so I guess I suppose I should probably go over my high and my act of kindness. My high is I did get to spend the new year with my family. Got to see my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister-in-law, my nephews. And it was a lot of fun. Watched college football. Personally, I think Arizona State got robbed in that game yesterday, but that's just me. Scatterbo was going to get drafted high. That's for sure. Also, OHIO. Way to go. Hey, that rhymed. Yes, I'm very much familiar with the terrorist attack that happened yesterday. In fact, that's actually why they canceled the Penn State Boise State game, I think it was. That or Notre Dame versus Georgia. I forget which. It was Georgia versus Notre Dame. That got canceled and moved to today. So, my condolences to all that were affected by this terrorist attack. But, I mean, honestly, it just gives me another reason to be blessed that I have what I have and there are people in my life who care. So, that's about all I can do. My act of kindness was I did help prepare and clear the table for a dinner, which brings me into my low. Full disclosure, my family did quite possibly the stupidest thing you could ever hope to do on New Year's Day. See, I wouldn't quite say that I myself am superstitious. However, I have been more likely known to heed the warnings and sayings of others. And in terms of New Year's Day, traditionally, for dinner or at least at some point throughout the day, there are certain things you should strive to have to eat if you want to start your new year off right. For instance, a pomegranate is for prosperity. Pigs are a lucky animal. I believe the South refer to as pigs root forward, as a metaphor for looking forward into the future. So having pork is a good idea. Which, to be fair, my mom did make twice baked potatoes with bacon, so my family did have pork. Okay, but we had that. Even though my mother had a ham in the refrigerator that she hasn't touched yet. Don't know why we didn't have that, but whatever. Cornbread for gold, fortune. Because, cornbread does look like gold on, in the right light. The most traditional thing to have on New Year's Day is a dish called greens and beans. I believe it's like black-eyed peas and collard greens. And I believe beans mean luck as well. But most importantly, greens and beans kind of look like, paper money and coins. Basically, these are the sorts of foods you have to promote, good fortune, luck, wealth, pretty much anything you'd want to have going into a new year. With the exception of the bacon I just mentioned, my family had virtually none of those things. Now, a really cool thing we did have yesterday that I did eat, and I'll get into what I didn't have in a minute, was my mom made French onion soup, which admittedly did bring me back to the last time my mom made it, because that was the day that my brother and I got into a huge argument, and quite literally throughout the entirety of my sister-in-law's pregnancy, we barely spoke up until about a week before my twin nephews were born. I would like to point out that my brother did in fact start it. Anyway, so actually, fun fact, the day after that argument happened, that was the first time I did the State of My Being address. Yeah, that was day 399. Day 400 was the next day, and that was the very first State of My Being address I ever did. Gosh, it really has been that long, huh? So that was nice to have. I mentioned the twice baked potatoes my mom made as well. Those are really good. And my mom made salad. Salad's good. We had some bread and butter too, which that's good. But now we get to the main course, and the one thing I actively avoided and am ultimately really mad at my family for eating. I didn't have any of this. The rest of my family did. See, the night before on New Year's Eve, I tried telling my mom what we should have for dinner. And then she told me that her and my brother chipped in for lobster. Now, I want to make one thing clear. I like lobster just as much as the next person. Love lobster. I think it's delicious. I think, honestly, it's something you should try at least once in your lifetime. I mean, obviously, I know there are some people that can't have lobster due to either, food allergies or sometimes even religious reasons. That's fine. We do not judge here. Again, if you have food allergies or, you can't have lobster for religious reasons, that's fine. No problem whatsoever. It's, you're free to live your life the way you want. I don't judge here. But I personally do love lobster. We don't have any, food. Actually, my brother did. It's weird. My brother did have a food allergy to seafood for a little while, but he had lobster last night, but he clearly got over it. The thing of it is, lobster is okay to eat virtually any of the 365 days in a year. Sometimes 366 if it's a leap year. Lobster is fine to have. The one time you should never have lobster is New Year's Day. You're probably wondering why that is. Because lobsters move backwards. There's literally a saying. I forget who said it. Thankfully, I looked this up yesterday. I'll look it up again. Hold on. That's another cool thing about this chair. I can actually reach over a lot easier than the old chair. I say new. Okay. It's not good to eat lobsters because they move backwards, said Palacio. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Linda Palacio, okay. This is from a USA Today article from, how long ago was this article? Oh, literally New Year's Eve. Literally from New Year's Eve, just a couple days ago. a woman by the name of Linda Palacio was going over on USA Today, did an article for or USA Today interviewed a woman named Linda Palacio, and literally what she says is, it's not good to eat lobsters because they walk backwards. Now, at first glance, walking backwards doesn't sound like a bad thing. I mean, people walk backwards all the time. What's the big deal? It's New Year's Day. A brand new year. A clean slate. You want to start moving forward. I literally mentioned pigs. Pigs root forward. Looking to the future. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't want to look backwards. Listen, 2024 was a good year for me, at least. I can think of many people who thought that 2024 was not a good year. And if 2024 was not a good year, the one thing you never want to do is look backwards towards that. You want to look to the future. You want to look forward. Because, listen, I know it's only January 2nd, and I know that something could happen that could ultimately define this year for me and make it horrible. I'm very well aware of that. I can't predict the future. Something could happen, sure. But let's say for the sake of argument that I did everything correctly, which I did. I actively avoided having the lobster at all. I didn't eat one bite. I didn't have a single bite of lobster. Not one. I avoided completely. I actually have the clean clothes to prove it because, people wear bibs when you eat lobster and stuff like that. Everybody else got stains on their clothes because lobster is really messy. I didn't though because I didn't eat the lobster. Let's say for the sake of argument that something bad does happen to me this year. At least I could say it wasn't because I had lobster on New Year's Day. In fact, again, I had, the bacon that was on the twice baked potatoes my mom made. But because I was also hungry, I got myself some pizza too. Pepperoni pizza, because pepperoni is a pork product. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I'm mad about. The fact that my entire family ignored my warnings, or the fact that I had to stomach them all eating lobster in front of me. Because again, I love lobster. Any other day of the year would have been fine. Hell, we're going to be celebrating my birthday as a family when my brother gets back from, I forget where he's going. But he's going to be gone for from Friday to, from tomorrow till next Friday. I forget where he's going. And we're going to celebrate my birthday as a family then. We could have had lobster then. That would have been perfect. I mean, personally, I would never suggest lobster because while, it is my birthday, I would never suggest something so extravagant. Honestly, I already told my mom I wanted to have a turkey dinner. Partly because on Christmas Day, my brother and his family had a turkey dinner and he didn't even share. So that's another reason why I'm having a turkey dinner, because I want to prove. Not the first time I've had a turkey dinner, because I proved that, unlike my brother, I can actually share. So, if something goes wrong to my family, I know it's, watch. Even though bad things might potentially happen to my family, it's going to royally affect me somehow. Even though, again, I didn't have a single bite of lobster yesterday. But, I told my mom, if something bad happens to them this year, I literally warned them. I literally kept telling them. I literally took a screenshot on my phone and texted about what I said about what Linda Palacio said about, don't eat lobsters because they walk backwards. And I literally took that shot and texted to all three of them, my mom, my dad, and my brother. And they still didn't listen to me. honestly, I was kind of in a bad mood yesterday because I will admit, I am mad I didn't have lobster. I am. The fact they ate that lobster in front of me really does make me upset. It does. But again, I have a very logical reason why. Because it's traditional not to do that on New Year's Day. Any other day would have been fine. Except they do it on the one day that they shouldn't. Listen, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. I love my family. I really do. But sometimes it's both a blessing and a curse to be the smartest man in the room. Especially when I'm with my family. And this was one of those times. Look, I'm sure it's probably not that big a deal. And yeah, maybe nothing will go wrong for them. Look, I'm sure something bad's probably going to happen to me because I was surrounded by them via proxy. But maybe if something bad does happen, maybe it won't be so bad. Maybe it won't be too horrible. But I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little bit annoyed I didn't have any lobster yesterday. But again, I didn't. You know, I actively tried to avoid having anything like that. So, we're good. At least I'm good. My family, on the other hand, I cannot speak for. Although, yeah, I should say, once again, I do love my family. And I absolutely hope I'm wrong in terms of, something bad happening to my family. But if anything does, I'm not going to be surprised. And I can refer to today or yesterday because I did warn them numerous times. Okay, I'll stop there. In spite of this, though, I did have a good day yesterday. I really did. Because even though my family was being stupid and completely ignoring everything I was telling them, at least I got to be with my family. Honestly, in a day and age where, people are getting older, it's depressing outside more. There's actually a lot of snow on the ground right now, which blows my mind. Especially when the last couple of days were really nice. Being with family is important, regardless of what the circumstances are. Again, maybe I'm going to be wrong about what happens later on, but I won't be surprised if anything does. I hope you all like this video. If you'd like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow on social media. As always, I'm very humble in this video for all you guys who watch and enjoy today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk to me, I'm always be here to lend you your back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering, there's no NFL games today. Hold on, let me just watch. There shouldn't be. I think all the NFL games are on Saturday. Oh. NFL schedule. Yeah, every game this weekend is on Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah. Last week of the regular season is on Thursday Night Football. That's why I'm not wearing the jersey. Okay, now I gotta go.